that it feels like there's progress, but we don't have necessarily results, but we'll see. What do you make of the kind of the business climate overall with everything that's going down?
Well, I had Tesla before, I guess Trump won. And I remember the day of the election, it was probably around like 9 o'clock, 10 o'clock when it was looking like Trump was going to win. And I just happened to get an alert from Robinhood. And I just saw my Tesla, jumping. Now it's eased up a little bit, but that to me shows a lot more about how we're not truly appreciating what Elon Musk is bringing to the table. And there's a lot of people just hating on it for the wrong reasons, what I like to call just hustling backwards. But overall, since Trump's, won, I did a list. Like I had to write down a list because I was so confused. I'm like, yo, why do people hate him so much? I understand the emotional aspect, especially with everything being so divisive and, the other side or all different sides trying to make race such a big issue or LGBTQ, all the woke ideology. But when you actually put pen to paper and write down the stuff that he's been able to put in play, we'll see what the results are as we move forward. But just the stuff that he's been able to put in play, compare that list to 4 years of Biden and Harris. And I mean, it's hard to dispute the fact that he's making some real difference in a positive way from my standpoint.
Yeah. And I mean, that's interesting that from your perspective and knowing, that feels a little bit of the universal sentiment, I think, with people that, like you said, are hustling forward,
Right.
But we'll see. I just think government has been so stuck in its ways. It's like it's been accepted. We've accepted how slow they've enacted things. Well, we'll get to that tomorrow. We might have a shutdown in 3 weeks. Well, you got fucking 3 weeks to figure that shit out. Like, what are we doing? Like, none of this stuff happens in real life and real business. My mortgage don't wait 3 weeks. Like, I got to make money today. I got to get stuff done today. And the government, with all this inefficiency, is allowed to operate at these levels because we tolerate it. And that's not even talking about necessarily whether I agree with every policy or not. It's more with which the speed with the action taking place, because if there's no action, it's just a lot of hot air. And that's what I think is refreshing, if nothing else, is we seem to be bringing people to the table around the whole block here. It doesn't seem as politicized as it was kind of heated coming through. I think a lot of that it feels like it's dissipating a little bit. Now, I know the other side's complaining about shit, but like I don't know. Chris, what do you think?
I agree. I mean, I think there's a lot being done. I think we've yet to see the ripples from what's being done. I think you can't turn around a ship on a dime, right? So I'm extremely happy with the speed of how things are going. And I'm just happy that people are working, because it felt like for 4 years there was just kind of not much going on. And if there was anything, it was extremely negative, right?
Yeah.
Like our withdrawal from Afghanistan, for example, like that was the beginning of that presidency from what I remember, or early into it. But I mean, I'm stoked, man. Like I can tell the sentiment amongst business owners is better. And as a business owner, I just feel like I'm seeing someone who knows how to run a business doing their job, right? Like I'm like, oh, this looks like what people should be doing.
Yeah,
so
exactly.
More will be revealed, and there's a lot of upset people, but I think we've got a lot of talented people from a lot of different aspects and areas all coming together, trying to help the country out of genuine love for the country.
Yeah. And I'm okay if there's even a little bit of selfishness in it, if it's moving things forward,
Sure.
And I think you got a little bit of that going on. I'm not stupid. You get all these business guys, they know pandering to the president isn't a bad idea, but it does seem to be, I don't know,